Hello, this is Zami810 coming in for a review of Until Dawn. Until Dawn is a horror game that is centered around the butterfly effect. Obviously, a tiny butterfly flapping its wings may lead to a devastating hurricane a few weeks later. Anything can lead to anything, and this game portrays it pretty well. There are multiple decisions that you make in this game that change the outcome of the story. And it really does portray a good sense of your actions having consequences for a story. This is the type of game that I feel compelled to play multiple times to see the different endings. The first time I played through, I only escaped with 2 people, but I got lucky a lot of the time in my choices. So many of my characters lived because of luck. Another thing that I noticed was the small scenes of this kind of CGI type of scenes. They work well to a Telltale type game. They make it seem prettier, more alive. I've noticed that the faces, the facial animations,
you actually did this.
they look a lot
Don't you guys think
like
this is a little bit
Mass Effect Andromeda.
She deserves it.
It is not her fault that she has a huge crush on him.
Hannah's been making the moves on him. I'm just looking out for my girl, Em.
Just because
The characters feel a bit bland. They aren't exactly the most interesting people, and it's kind of difficult because
whatever you say,
they are thrown at you very quickly. You have no time to brace yourself, to get ready, to memorize. They're just kind of thrown at you all at once. And their traits don't have that big of an effect on your actual game as you might think. Now Mike, the person that you are seeing here, is the extremely resilient type of everybody's best friend type of guy
It's
in
Hannah.
the situation, jock
Hey, Hannah.
type of guy. You'll notice that a lot of these characters are completely stereotyped. They're completely stereotyped. The main one, the flamethrower.
Hey, did you see that? Dad said it'd just be us this weekend.
Now,
Josh.
I'll try not to spoil too much, but this review I'm hoping will not be too long, but I want to get into depth of the things I like about the game and the things I dislike about the game. Now, collectibles I find kind of interesting. I don't understand why they really needed to have
my
all
God.
of these
What did our naive sister get herself into now?
constant flipping of papers and opening up doors. I understand it. It makes it more
I got your note.
in depth. It makes it more alive. I feel like the characters get
Maybe
more
we should start
interesting
with a
as the
little,
story goes on.
You know, making out and see where it goes from there.
At first, they are all just
Oh,
complete,
hell
stereotyped. You know,
Oh my god.
She's taking her shirt off.
What? Oh my god. Matt, what are you doing here?
kids that are coming up to
Hannah.
the bunker
I'm sorry, Hannah. Let's all get
It's
out of here,
just
but...
a stupid
cabin.
prank.
Hey.
You guys are jerks. You know that?
And this is a great example
Hannah!
of the butterfly effect. By pranking Hannah and making her run out into the storm, this is what happens. Well, you'll see. But you have choices in this game, multiple different
There's
choices.
someone outside.
And they'll
hell?
usually have impacts on the game in different
Hannah!
ways.
What's going on?
So-
Where's my sister going?
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
There are people that
What did
you're
you
obviously
do?
supposed
We
to
just messing around,
dislike,
Dad. It
and
wasn't
people that
serious.
you're obviously
You
supposed
jerks!
to like.
Hannah! Hannah!
And
So, should we go after her?
You know, I kind of think you're the last person she wants to see right
the
now.
game's decisions, if you make mistakes,
Oh, shit.
like for example here, she's chasing after Hannah. Not making the mistake here doesn't do very much. Now in the actual game, it could lead to an entire person's death. Now Until Dawn is the type of game that I like to just sit down and play. It's long, but it's not so attention grabby that you can't stop playing it, is what I'm trying to say.
Damn it, Hannah. Where are you?
It's a very interesting game. I think if you're looking for a horror game that isn't extremely in-depth like Outlast 2, where your actions make you respawn, this game is more your actions kill off a character.
Hannah!
Now I do kind of sometimes wish that the characters, I mean, it's a small pet peeve, but I sometimes wish the characters walked a little bit faster because they all really take their time in their walking. You can walk faster, obviously, but it's really not that much
Hello?
faster.
Hello?
I mean, this is normal walking. This is fast walking. You find these totems, in which when you flip them over, they give you different things. For example, this brown is death, so it's portraying a death that is coming up ahead. I played this game through, and I wasn't, say, thoroughly scared by it,
Hannah!
but I was intrigued by it. I felt like the small decision-making sections
What the hell was that?
where you are an
Hannah.
unknown character
Hannah!
speaking to a type of psychiatrist type person.
Hannah!
I felt those were kind
Oh
of
my God, you
interesting
must be
and
freezing.
kind of
Here, take my coat.
cool.
I'm such an idiot. I'm so dumb. Hannah, back.
So the game leads you to believe that that what is watching you is actually the guy. Now, no spoilers. Her dropping her phone there, it might seem like like a very important thing. It doesn't truly come into play. I'm pretty sure you can find it
No! No!
while you're playing the game. This part of the game makes no sense. If you play through it, you'll understand why. Because the only things that see that way are not.
Hold on!
Now
Hold
here,
on!
you can choose to drop Hannah or hold on to it. Or just drop off together.
I'm so sorry.
And as you can see, it doesn't really matter what your choice is, they both die either way. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes your decisions don't truly make a huge change. Now these are the scenes that really switch it up, really make it kind of interesting.
Before we begin, there are a few things I need to make sure you understand. You see, no one can change what happened last year. The past is beyond our control. You have to accept this in order to move forward. But there is freedom in this revelation. Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors to the future. I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this.
Now
as you
here,
play your
it's kind
game.
of
Every single
difficult to
choice will affect
choose
your fate
or
and the
decide
fate of those
whether
around
he's
you.
talking to you, the player, or you, the character.
So, you have committed to
Is your
commence
character
with this
playing
game.
a game,
This is significant, and I want to help you see it through.
or is he talking to you playing the game?
Sometimes these things can be a little scary, even terrifying, but I'm here to make sure that no matter how upsetting things may get, you will always find a way to work through it. All right. We will start with a simple exercise. Could you please pick up a card? And I want you to look at the picture on the other side and tell me what you feel about it. It is essential.
No, you'll
that
see
you
here, it
answer
is
honestly
kind
in
of
order to get the most
unnatural
out of this
how
experience.
often the game gives you prompts to just pick stuff up and look at it. It's very strange. Now, right here, you hold R2 to grab it. In most games, that would be enough. But in this game, no, you have to now flip it over and then let go of R2 in order to
How did
have
that
your character
picture
actually
make you feel?
look at it.
Remember, be honest.
It's a bit strange.
Okay, honesty is good. What do you think it is that makes you feel uneasy? Well, I see. Let's see. This scared
Now, something that I want to
were
test with
not
this new
there. Will you
playthrough,
feel
which I'm not going to do an
comfortable
entire
staying there
playthrough,
on
but
your own for a period of time? Let's say a
something that I
week,
want to see
for example.
is whether or not if you choose... Oh, I didn't even hear what the question was. Sure. Stay the night. I
Huh.
think that's what it was.
And what if I told you that this cottage was haunted? Oh. All right. I sense that you suffer from a significant fear of the supernatural. What lies beyond the veil of death is, after all, the ultimate unknown. Don't you agree? And what could inspire fear more than the terror of uncertainty? Please remember, this is only a game.
No, it's really strange. These
Well,
facial,
we seem to be out of
facial
time for this session.
expressions
But we'll talk again very
really are
Okay.
odd. They'll be really, truly random. For example, right here, he was just talking to you, but, I mean, not a good example here, but before, you could see him pursing his lips and opening up his mouth and baring his teeth. Now, I understand that that's supposed to portray his character, a kind of strange, unknown guy. This is a good song for the game because if you really play through it, there is a lot of death. This is the type of game that I feel like it plays upon a stereotype, the stereotype of, you know, stupid 18-year-olds going out to a haunted cabin out in the middle of the woods. But it does take an interesting change on that stereotype, where you are those people. I mean, it kind of suffers from, there are some moments where it suffers from not really branching choices. For example, when you capture Josh, when you find Josh, he, your characters don't really like him, but you don't get a choice
Today
to
is
hear
the
him
one-year
out.
anniversary of the
It's
dreadful
either
tragedy that took place
beat
on
him
Mount
with a
Washington.
stick,
Sheriff Annie Klein was charged with the investigation.
or
Thanks for having me, Mark.
continuously
Here's
yell
an
at him,
update
which
on Hannah
he
and Beth Washington,
brings
the twins who
into
are still missing.
consideration
1 year
later.
ago tonight, the Washington girls left the safety of their parents' lodge and headed out into a snowstorm.
Foul play.
Not officially.
There are
No.
a lot of
There is one individual we're
these
considering as a person of
CGI
interest, but his whereabouts are
cutscenes
currently
that are
unknown.
completely
He
unskippable.
has an
Like,
interesting history with the Washington family.
I can press every
He had
single
warned
button
them
here.
against
These
pursuing their
cutscenes are
construction
unskippable
project
completely.
and claimed the land was
And
sacred to
sometimes
his
they break
forefathers.
up
You
the
know, there
flow
is
of the
still the
game.
old sanatorium
Quick time
on the
events
mountain. Could he be hiding there?
are
My officers
okay.
did search the grounds, but the girls
I'm
themselves
not
couldn't have made it that
completely
far.
against quick time
Something about
events. I
that
just find
mountain
them
seems to
strange
breed
in a game
tragic
like
events.
this,
More than you know, Mark.
where
Well, thank you for joining
it's
us,
more
Andy.
centered around
For all the
horror.
Washingtons
I mean,
tonight,
quick time
it's their
events,
son
I understand,
Josh.
are supposed
On
to
this,
simulate
the anniversary of the mysterious
fast
disappearance of Hannah and
movement
Beth Washington.
and all that, but
Well, hello, friends and fans. All right, let's
this
do
is
that
Josh.
again.
He's a little bit strange.
All right. Well, hello, friends and fans. It's beyond awesome to have you guys
And
all
the
back this
game
year.
kind of takes on a
First off, I gotta
supernatural
say, I am super excited
tone.
to welcome
It
all
kind
my
of takes
pals
on a
back
slasher
to the
tone,
annual Blackwood
and
Winter
it kind of takes
Getaway.
on a folklore tone. It's kind of
So,
strange. It uses
let me just let you know,
these three
let's take a moment
completely
to address the
unrelated
elephant in the room for a
tones
second.
in order
I know
to
you're
show
all
its
probably
story
worried about me, and I know it's gonna be
and
tough
provide
on all of
obstacles
us
for your
going
characters.
back after what happened last year. But I just want you all to know, it means
And
it
if you
means
watch
so
the
much
behind
to
the
me
scenes of this
that we're
game,
doing
they
this.
really
And
did
that
put in a lot of effort into
I know it
character
would mean
animations.
so much to Hannah and Beth that we're
But
all still here together.
as we all
And I'm
know,
thinking
Mass
that
Effect Andromeda also
I really want to spend some
put
quality
in
time
a lot
with
of
each and
effort
every
into
one of
facial
you
animations, and it
just
didn't turn
share
out
some
very well.
moments that we'll never forget for the sake of my sisters. And you know,
Right now, Until Dawn is free
Okay, so-
if you have PlayStation Plus.
let's party like we're fucking porn stars, okay?
But
Make
even
this one
so,
trip we will
it's a
never
good
forget. All right?
game to play,
Yes.
to find different things, find different collectibles, find different endings, slowly get better at the game. It's an interesting game, and it tells its story very well, I think.
And none can tell if I open the door to heaven or hell.
The totems, I don't think at least, play a huge role in the game. They tell you kind of a foreshadowing of what's about to happen in the future, but you can't, I haven't found a real situation where I can use them to my own advantage in order to make the game a little bit easier. Like, for example, if the game showed you this wolf won't attack you if you give it a bone, and the bone is hidden here, it doesn't do that. Instead, it will just say, you can get killed by this wolf. And it's also kind of interesting how it does the Until Dawn, actual, 10 hours until dawn, 9 hours until dawn, 8 hours until dawn. The flow of the game, I feel as if it's strange. See, like this, Sam, Hannah's best friend, diligent, considerate, adventurous. That doesn't truly come into play. I mean, yes, the considerate and adventurous, if you play by those rules, which it'll give you a choice up here whether to
Hello?
snoop on Chris's texts or
Someone there?
not. And so if you play through the game, some of these events don't truly make sense. For example, that beginning event makes no sense, because those what are chasing you are two completely different things. Now right here, let's say you already played through the game and you knew that you had to scale that wall right over there. You can't. It doesn't give you a choice. You have to look at this note. Say it says the gate's closed, club
What?
over, Chris.
Damn it.
Which doesn't make any sense because Chris already went through. So it kind of raises the question, how did Chris get through already?
Jesus, never mind.
And I feel like it doesn't, there's not really a lot of, I mean, yes, there is many unsettling things in these QuickTime events. I mean, they are really misplaced, I feel. It feels really strange to have QuickTime events in this type of game. I mean, if you're a fan of Telltale games, then you'll know that they do put QuickTime events in a lot of their games. Overall, if you can get your hands on this game for free,
Aww.
it is a good
Hey,
game.
little fella. You hungry? Huh?
Yeah, and then there's these don't move situations where you can't move the controller or otherwise you get sensed, which come into play later with the monster that you're trying to fight, or at least fend off. But here, it'll show you the different effects of the
Cool.
totems. Black butterflies prophesies the dreamer's death. Red butterflies warned of dangerous events. Brown butterflies foretold of tragedy affecting friends. Yellow butterflies offered visions to help and guide. And white butterflies brought dream of luck and good fortune. You pick up this yellow one, which, if you remember, is supposed to show guidance and a path to your objective. You pick this up, flip it, and this is what you get. You get a bird. You just see the bird. You'd think that the guidance totem, I mean, I guess it's time to tell you to leave the bird alone, because pretty soon here, Chris will have the choice whether to shoot a bird or not with the gun that he has. This door's locked, so yeah, it's a lot of. It kind of feels like backtracking. It's not really backtracking. It's one of those games that doesn't have an open world, but the world is so interesting it feels like an open world. Right here, you'll see a butterfly effect that I'll show you in the screen later. Closed bag, because you see Sam is considerate. It shows the butterfly effect. Butterfly effect appears when your actions have changed the narrative of the game.
Sam, hey, you made it.
And now, Chris, methodical, protective, humorous, has a crush on Ashley. Will not.
Oh, so I found something kind of amazing.
Will not
What?
interrogate you on looking at his phone.
Come on.
And now I'll show you the butterfly effect. Any of your business. Sam respected Chris's privacy, and so Chris was happy to see Sam.
Right.
Where?
Right around here. Gonna blow your mind.
And these butterfly effects kind of lay out like stories. Here's a clue, which is actually a pretty big clue. A wanted poster.
Look at this.
It's talking about
Nice.
some random
we'll get a
crazy
visit
dude
from American
up in the mountains.
Looks like someone thought so.
Ta-da!
And this introduces the
Pretty
shooting
rad, right?
sections, which if you played Telltale's The Walking Dead,
Come on, look at these
You
beauties.
really
Beauties is not the
will
word
realize
that comes to
this.
mind. Why is this even here?
What do you mean?
What the hell is a shooting range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Dude, have you ever met Josh's dad?
Yeah.
He thinks he's like Grizzly Adams or something. Wanna try?
No, you go ahead, Grizzly.
And
Alright.
it's kind of
Here
confusing whether
goes.
you're facing with Josh's dad or whether you're facing with this crazy lunatic up in the woods. Now right here, you'll see you just have to aim in on the target, shoot at it, and that's pretty much it. And you'll get a bullet time pretty much anything dangerous, anytime that anything dangerous happens. Pretty much as long as you have a weapon of any kind, like for example, I'm sure you get some scissors and stuff like that, It's not like Friday the 13th
nice
in that way.
tits.
All right, I'm bad. I'm a badass.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess it was a wild case of beginner's luck.
Nah, I don't think so, girl.
Maybe shoot the bottle.
Well, anybody and their brother could shoot a bottle that big, that close.
And then the squirrel comes up onto this barrel. You can choose whether to shoot the squirrel or whether to leave it. If you leave it, it says that nature has been balanced or whatever. Let's find out what happens if you shoot it.
Bullseye!
What are you doing? How could you do that? Chris, that is so effed up.
What?
That poor little guy was alive about 10 seconds ago.
Oh, come on. Squirrels are just rats with bushy
I
tails.
cannot believe you just did that. Ah! Oh my God, cut that! Get it away!
Jesus, are you okay?
This mountain is freaking me out already.
Hey, look, our cable
And
car.
here's another butterfly effect. Because it's called rats with bushy tails, because Chris shot the squirrel, nature hit back, a bird attacked Sam.
Coming. Let's grab our ride.
But in conclusion, it's a very good game. If you can get your hands on it, I do strongly suggest it. I feel like everybody could have a different outcome with it depending on how well you're, how quickly you can
Yeah, that's
press
weird.
buttons,
Door's locked.
as
Yeah.
well as
Josh wanted us to keep it locked.
how quick you can
people out.
aim
He
at
said
a
that?
target.
What people?
And
I don't know.
it's a lot of
He
thinking
said they
on your
found
feet,
people
I
sleeping in the
feel like,
station one time.
which your
Creepy.
characters are somehow very, very, very good at thinking on their feet. And out of nowhere, they
real
will
gentleman.
just make decisions that will save their life, and it's kind of confusing because I don't feel like any actual human could have that quick of a reaction time to anything, really. Now in here you can find
What a
some clues.
crazy place to set up house. I mean, no matter how
Hotel.
rich you are.
They're not so rich. They only bought a mountain.
Look at the screen, which has a security camera on it. Now somehow none of these count as, I mean they might count as clues, I mean I might have already found him, and therefore they don't count as clues anymore.
I thought the car was closer.
But if you've
Guess we
ever
gotta wait.
played
I'm starting to get the appeal of getting
Fallout
time
3's
and shooting
Operation
machine.
Anchorage,
How long is this gonna take?
it kind of feels like finding those
Is that beautiful?
briefcases full of intel. You want to collect them,
You're pretty poem. The sleeping
but
giant.
it's just so tedious
Oh, shut
after a
up.
while of doing it.
Finally.
Like, you do
Coming?
it once, and it's okay.
Yeah, well,
You do
I
it
was
second
gonna stay
time.
here and catch some Z's, but
You,
okay.
it's a little bit, it's pulling on your strings a little bit, and then you do it the third time, and it is just tedious.
Just like going to the prom.
And really just for the reward of
Here we go.
a nice suit
Right.
of T-51
Adventure
power.
begins.
Oh, I hope this was the right thing to do.
What?
You know, get everyone together on the anniversary. I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did.
Me
I haven't
personally,
seen
these
him
are my
so
two
excited
favorite
about something
characters in the game.
forever.
Good, good.
When I finish the
hard to tell
game,
with
these are the
them,
two that I let live.
Kind of been worried.
But as the
No,
story
no,
goes on,
it was a good idea.
grew to
I hope
like
everyone else
Mike
feels the same
a
way.
lot more than
We're all
these
here,
two
aren't we?
characters as characters.
Thanks, bro. Good talk.
Now, see, Sam still treats
You know what?
him
Let's
like a
just
friend,
let's
which
just
is
stop
kind
talking
of
about what happened
strange.
and enjoy the trip.
You know what? You're
It's
right.
kind of strange
You
because
know how Josh and I met?
Chris just shot a squirrel in front of her,
Third grade.
and she
Josh sat in the back of the room.
compassionate.
I sat in the front.
It said so.
We didn't even know each other existed. But the kid sitting next to Josh started strap snapping the training bra on the girl in front of him. So the teacher made him move to the front, where I was sitting.
Okay, so.
So I got moved to the back.
And?
And next to Josh. That's how we met. I mean, and became friends to this day.
A match made in heaven.
If it weren't for the fact that Jeannie Simmons hit puberty like 3 years early, and on that day decided to wear a low-cut shirt that showed off her training bra, I mean, who knows? You could be riding in this cable car alone. Right now.
Or something.
Or talking to some other person entirely. Boom. Butterfly effect.
And that kind of gives a good example of the butterfly effect. I find it a lot more simplistic and not as complicated per se as a butterfly flapping its wings, you know, wherever it causes a hurricane, which is a little
Boy,
more
oh boy, oh boy.
complicated, which
New
could
people. Time to meet and greet.
you could take that multiple different ways.
What the hell?
Jess, hey!
Jessica, over
See,
here.
it's kind of just cheap
Are you guys
jump
having a really
scare.
weird stroke?
We're stuck in this stupid thing.
Can you please let us out? Pretty please?
Like, right there, was that truly necessary?
God. I thought we were goners. Another 10 minutes in there and I would have chewed off my own leg.
Oh, sick, Chris.
Look, got a lot of meat on my bones. This is all muscle down here.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Well, what do we have
Chris.
here? My goodness.
Now, we have a new butterfly effect. Chris was happy to see Sam. Chris continued to trust Sam. Let's see what happens.
Seems that someone has a little crush on our good friend and dear class president Michael Monroe.
Chris.
And what kind of sizzling erotica might our Jessica be capable of imagining? I wonder.
Give that back, you tool.
Tool and die. That's my motto.
Oh, you're such an idiot. Maybe nosy Nancy shouldn't go nosing around in other people's nostrils.
Yeah, I try not to do that, as a rule.
Come on, Jess, you can tell us. You can totally keep secrets.
Whatever. You'll figure it out eventually.
Alright, let's just get up to the lodge already. It's getting tired of all this nature and junk.
Sorry, that was a status
You
update.
guys go ahead. I'm just gonna wait here for a bit.
Yeah, so you
See
get
who
these
else
status
is
updates
coming.
which kind of like
You mean Mike?
show your
What?
traits increasing,
I mean, you know, whoever.
Uh-huh.
which is
Sam?
kind of weird because they don't really take a real effect on the
Did you see
game.
this view?
No matter how
I mean,
compassionate,
holy cow.
whatever
Sometimes I
the hell
forget
her name is, I
to
already
just
forgot it.
stop
See, these
and
characters
take
are
it all in.
so forgettable.
Seriously, couldn't they have built the lodge like right where the cable car ends?
I'm just gonna play episode 1 to.
I don't think it would have been like as pretty. No.
And where's the bellboy when you need one?
Obviously, Emily is supposed to be the person that you dislike
Getting
because
chills.
she is
We're almost there.
mean to
No, I mean getting kind of creeped
pretty
out.
much everybody
Oh.
in the game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird seeing everyone up here again.
I mean, what do you think?
Jesus!
There's Mike.
You guys.
Michael!
You really should have seen your faces right there.
Dude, I almost clocked you just now.
Nice one.
Michael, you're a jerk.
Come on. Guys, we're all friends here, right? No need for violence, just a little harmless fun. We're up in the woods, it's spooky. Come on, let's get into the spirit of things.
The spirit of things? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
Just trying to lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being, you always get like this.
Michael, you gotta step off. Emily and I are together now, and that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna tell you again. Do we understand each other?
Well, I thought maybe we could move past all this. Be buds, but yeah, fine.
Mike.
No, it's totally cool. I'm just gonna head down the road, be all mature and shit by myself over here. Peace.
I think you got the message.
Kinda hot when you get all alpha, you know that?
I'll fall it all
What?
out.
Hey, could you take these the rest of the way?
The bags?
Yeah, just all the bags.
Why?
I need to go find Sam.
okay?
Sorry, I really need to go find her. I totally forgot I needed to talk to
No,
her
this
before we
kind of
get all
comes
the
out
way
of
up there.
nowhere.
Really
It's
can't
kind
wait.
of
We're almost there.
strange
It's
how she goes
important,
from
Matt, please.
talking to Matt to just randomly wanting to go
All
back
right.
to Mike.
Fine.
When you see
If it's so important, I guess I can
here.
pack horse it the rest of the way. But you owe me one.
Excuse me?
Well, then we're even, at least.
I'll think about it.
Just be careful.
See you up there, sweetie. Thank you.
Even if you like, for example, right here, even if you insist on you staying with Emily, which your character has a horribly weak argument for, if you do, this event still happens. You still meet Ashley. Now you'll see Mike and Emily
Whoa,
talking
hello.
together.
Somebody's getting a little friendly. And not in a friend zone kind of way. They might need to check the expiration date on their big breakup.
And here comes a cheap jump scare just to tell you guys.
Oh! Hey, whoa. Sorry
It's
there.
a lot,
Sorry
you'll
about that, Ash. I
find
didn't
a
mean
lot
to
of
scare
those.
you.
Louise,
Well, I
Matt.
did mean to scare you, sort of scare you, but not like for real scare you.
Gosh, oh my gosh.
Hey, wow. Man, I'm really sorry, Ash. Damn.
It's okay, it's fine, it's fine.
What are you looking at? See anything juicy with that thing? Let me check it out.
Yeah, it's kind of busted. It's not like really interesting. It's just.
What? For real? I bet I could find like a cool bear chowing down on a fox or something.
No, really, Matt, it's not worth straining your eyes. I'm getting kind of a headache just from looking through it, so just no.
All right. Sure, if you say so.
Now, what I'm kind of wondering here, if this will diffuse the situation. This, like, a decision like this has no effect on the actual game.
Oh, you did not just do that.
Put your hands where I can see them. We've got you surrounded.
But who am I to retaliate? What choice do I, a supple young rebel girl, have but to surrender to the strapping military guard come to take me into custody?
The moments that this
I
game
don't know, when you
does
put it like
use
that.
music,
Hey!
it goes to its advantage.
Oh! Great. Hey, you know that? Where are you hiding?
Now, this game could have a little bit more music, in order to lighten the mood a little bit more.
Hey!
It's constantly just like silent, not really creepy, but silent.
Hello? Come on. Hey, Mike. Boom, shakalaka.
Oh, you got me.
Here you can choose to throw a snowball at the bird or leave it.
You can't hide from me, Michael. I know all your tricks. Oh no!
Damn, Jess. Look what you did.
I know. Oh no, poor birdie, poor little Tweety birdie.
Stone cold, Jess.
I didn't do it on purpose. Oh my god. Michael?
Gotcha. It's done. Done city.
So did I go down?
I don't think so.
I think you'd know so if I did.
All right.
My. So are we calling it my favor then?
You're a worthy opponent, Miss Jessica, the Snowball Queen.
Okay, that sounds vaguely dirty.
My lady.
Look away, children.
Wow. Save some for later, buddy.
Endless.
And then the
reserves.
relationships in this game, they're kind of strange, a little bit.
Did you hear that?
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
sounds like.
Oh, God,
Jess,
I
look
pressed
out!
the wrong button there.
Oh my God!
That was really close.
Yeah. Good to know I've got a hot BOD.
I'll say.
Bodyguard on demand.
Whoa. Sexy and smart.
Roll up your tongue and let's get back to the lodge, hot bod.
Jeez, I was not expecting that. Okay, so hitting the bird did have a effect. And what character? I mean, we haven't met Josh formally yet. Okay, so this is where I'm probably gonna end it right after this.
Hello again.
Talk, because this one's actually kind of interesting because it brings out your fears, which I find kind of interesting. Not your fears, but
In the last session we established that you
I
have
wonder
a
if
fear
you
of
choose
things
against clowns if you don't see
that
any
are
clowns.
dead or undead. This time,
Now here you
we're
choose
going
what
to try to understand the root of your
fear more.
anxiety. Now pick up that book.
It
Turn
is
the
kind of
pages.
reminiscent of Fallout New Vegas
You
in
will see a set of pictures and symbols. I want you to identify
that you're not sure
which
really
image in each
what
set
your decision
makes you
is
the most
changing,
anxious.
right? Like in Fallout New Vegas, you say it looks like a bear, a bat, whatever. What is that really going to change? Men worry me, women worry me. Like, what is this really going to affect? Personally, I feel fear heights more than falling. You can say that you can say that snakes scare you throughout the entire thing, but it doesn't really affect anything. I'm gonna stick with rats, I think. Scarecrows. Instead of clowns, to see what happens. Gore.
Oh. Did I startle you? So
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, see, it's...
You're doing very well.
He does talk about this.
Don't be nervous.
Jump scares. There's a lot of jump scares.
Try to speed up a bit. The more you rely on your instincts, the more honest your answers will be, and the more enlightening you will find this experience.
I feel like whichever one you find more interesting will grab your attention and you'll choose, but whatever you say. You're the guy here. Actually, look at the scarecrows. Gore. Gore. And
This is very interesting. Thank you for answering so diligently.
it should be scarecrows, gore, and rats.
Rats, scarecrows, and awful. Ooh. The sun combination sounds like a good Friday night.
Yeah, I think it says the same thing every time. Friday night.
Well, I'm afraid once again we're out of time, but I promise.
Alright,
we'll
well,
talk again
feel
very
free to experience this game if you have PlayStation Plus. It is free. I highly recommend it, especially for a free game. It is a ton of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. It was one of my more favorite, one of my more. I'll just watch this while I talk. Liked games of this year.
Oh, come on.
A little bit different. Switched it up. Been playing
What's
a lot
going
of
on? Where's my
GTA
sister
and
going?
Fallout.
It was just a prank,
This was a
Han.
good. This was a good change in pace. I feel like it was a lot different than the usual.
First off, I gotta say, I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter
You'll see this a lot.
Getaway.
It almost feels like
I really
a
want to spend
TV
some
show
quality time with each
Serge,
and every one of you
in
and
the way that it's filmed.
just share some moments that
Feels a lot like
we'll
a
never
TV show. A lot
forget
of Telltale games
for,
do.
for the sake of my sisters.
I need to go find Sam.
Whoa, hello. Somebody's getting a little friendly.
So I got moved to the back and next to Josh. That's how we met.
Yeah, you can
Boom.
tell here that it's just showing
Butterfly
the
effect.
events that you didn't change, that just happened.
Man, I feel like this mountain gets bigger every time I climb it.
Alright, well, with that, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time when I hopefully get to a Fallout 4 review, or hopefully I'm thinking about a review. I might do another gaming video between that, but yes, I love to see you next time. Thanks for watching, and sayonara.